Now, if you have been taking regular antibiotics to destroy bacteria, treating typhoid and other bacterial infections, this video is for you. If you are experiencing frequent constipation, chronic constipation, frequent diarrhea, or you're managing diabetes, high blood pressure, bone-related issues, or you find difficult to sleep or to stay asleep, then you need to watch this very video. There is one food that I want to recommend for you to start including in your diet, and that is yogurt. Yogurt is a fermented food. When we talk of probiotics, it's one of the probiotics which are often neglected, probably because of its sour taste. We know that most probiotics are actually sour in terms of taste. Milk is difficult to digest, and most people rely on milk during the growing years to get important nutrients, complete amino acids, to get calcium, to strengthen their bones, and several other nutrients. But over the years, we begin to hear that milk is acidic, milk is inflammatory, milk is hard to digest, milk helps to feed yeast and other bacteria, milk clog arteries, and we hear a lot about milk. And so many people begin to avoid or stay off milk because of health issues or some dietary advices. But there is hope for you. There is another food, that is the yogurt. But when we talk of yogurt, I'm not talking of the sugary yogurt, the one that is so flavored, this yogurt that are so laden with too much of milk, artificial flavors, preservatives. Real yogurt with probiotics, with lactic culture. Look for these words when you are buying your yogurt. Or you can equally make your own at home yourself. Start including it. You will notice a change in your health, in your gut health particularly. It is actually the gut health that is being targeted. If your gut cannot be defeated by any ailment, my dear, it is difficult to overcome you, because I believe that life is in the gut. So strengthen your gut health when you include probiotics like occasional yogurt in your diet. Start including a good yogurt with lactic culture, a good yogurt with probiotics. If you suffer stomach ulcers, it's going to prevent ulcers from occurring and then help you heal existing ulcers. Good yogurt is easy to digest. It contains a lot of vitamins, including proteins. It is not only easy to absorb, it helps to flush out waste through the colon. It's a colon-supporting food. It's a gut-friendly food. It's a heart-friendly food. It's an anti-aging food. It helps strengthen your teeth and your gums. Talking of a good yogurt with probiotics, life culture in it. It's been fermented, using the ordinary milk, the acidic milk, either full cream or whole cream, whichever one. After it's been allowed to ferment, it turns out that there are live bacteria in it now. And that is the power of the yogurt. Yogurt is not just milk like ordinary milk, which is highly acidic and difficult to digest. It's a gut healing food. If you think your gut needs healing, consider including yogurt, because it's one of the easiest way to boost your gut health, to support fight against diabetes. A lot of time, diabetes avoid a lot of things. Pre-diabetic, same. When you are avoiding so many things, sooner or later, your body begins to suffer what we call nutrient deficiency. Absence of protein in your diet, sufficient protein to rebuild new cells, to repair old or dead cells. These things can only be done with the presence of protein. And by the time we are avoiding milk, meat, beans is not only gas forming, it's difficult to digest and it's inflammatory. And most times you cannot consume beans without including oil. And so these are the challenges that a lot of people have. And so I am presenting to you a new dimension that you need to start including in your diet to help you reverse that insomnia, that inability to sleep. You will notice a change. To help you reverse chronic constipation. Sometimes when the bad bacteria are in higher amount or number, you suffer chronic constipation. Sometimes there is insulin resistance. Sometimes there is frequent diarrhea because of reduced immunity. And how can you manage all of this? By bringing in probiotics in your diet in form of a good yogurt with lactic culture in it. Always look for the ingredients. Some of them, most of the yogurts we see around don't have any of this. They don't have any form of culture in. I don't even know where they get. They just call it yogurt and fill everything with sugar. And so you need to watch out for a good and quality yogurt and start including it in your diet moderately. And surprisingly, it supports fight against bad cholesterol. This was my experience. This was the experience I noticed lately and why I decided to talk about this very food. Because a lot of people are wondering how to tackle bad cholesterol. And it's always a challenge because it does not only come from animal protein. Even when we are consuming plant-based oils, processed foods, gradually, cumulatively, bad cholesterol begins to build up. And so that is why we need to include quality foods like good yogurt in our diet to help the body build new cells, to help us fight against high blood pressure, resist diabetes, resist high blood pressure, resist bone density, reduction in the bone density, osteoporosis in women, those menopausal symptoms. They get worse when we don't have calcium, when we don't have a lot of minerals, when we have when we eat, but the food is incomplete. Most of the food we eat, when there is no animal protein of any kind, they are not complete. What we call complete amino acids. We have 20 amino acids, but some that the body can make, some must come from the food we eat. And most of these ones must come from those food from the animal kingdom. And these are the ones we are avoiding. When we begin to avoid all of these, over time, a lot of other health challenges come up, including insomnia. And when we cannot sleep, our blood pressure is difficult to be controlled. Blood sugar the same. Cholesterol begins to rise. Heart problems, heart challenges, gut issues, every other health problem begins to come up. And that is why I encourage you to go look for a good yogurt, or you can make your own homemade yogurt yourself, and start including it moderately. Don't forget the word moderately, because too much also will give you a negative result. You can add it to your oats. You can add it to some other smoothies. The yogurt. To produce a richer, more protein-rich food for your breakfast. If you like this message, like it for me, share it, and give me your follow. Thanks for watching.